$1.62 for these, for the big, like, great value ones. That's why it was cheap.
Well,
but just to order one thing of cookies, just one thing.
Oh gosh.
Would have been $6.96 for the under 35 minimum charge.
Yeah.
And then it's like $10 for the delivered from the store to you.
Yeah. So you have to make it.
So either that or you join their club thingy where you can get free shipping, but then you're paying like
$100
something like, well, not necessarily that much a year, but yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was still $10 from the store, but if you pay over that minimum $35 thing, and you get the it's pretty good. I put an order in like 1 o'clock last night. I was here at 7:51.
Okay.
Even I was shocked. I'm like, oh, that's quick.
Well, like for the folks who can't shop.
And of course, then they try to snip you on putting a delivery charge for the driver. I'm like, not at that price. Sorry, I can't give you a tip. Not at that extra
In Barry's
charge.
case, they followed what the stuff did and kept delivering to the final wrong address. So he finally put on there that here's what.
Ooh.
Here comes the fire department. I'm assuming no ambulance run. Where are they going? They're going over here. Slow down a little bit. There they go. Go get them.
That might be the excitement of the whole video right there.
Might be. Real world stuff's happening all the time.
Yeah.
Milo's got 2 funerals today. Still can't close my hands, but it's getting better. I don't see him. I hear him. I don't see him.
Probably coming from up there.
Yep, there they go. Can't move over because this guy's in a hurry.
Well, they're on that side, so that's PD.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, PD. Okay, yep.
Yeah, whatever.
See, I would have pulled over, but that truck was zooming, and then all of a sudden he just stopped.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I'm gonna take your form up to the county today and probably pay some insurances today. I'm gonna try to experiment with that other antenna today, and I want to get some more shampoo and going over by the old.
Well, it's amazing how much you got out of that one area over there.
I still got to get more out of it, but it's night and day difference compared to what it was.
Yeah, you run that on the regular carpet on the traffic area.
I'm going to. It's just going to take time.
But that's going to be heavy. Well, yeah, there were some storms that developed last night.
Yeah.
There was some severe weather up in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently that line of storms just kind of headed down. Now there's a huge line that goes from like South Dakota up to well into Canada, because it was like over by Regina earlier.
Yeah.
It's on its way to Winnipeg.
Most everybody needs some moisture unless they're combining.
Mm-hmm. Said that mass amounts of rain that they got in Vegas and stuff raised Lake Mead a foot.
If it got into Lake Mead.
Yeah, it did. Apparently, they had a lot of rain in there.
Yep. was there for flash flood. It was very before they put the underground tunnels and before they built the dry dam to the west.
Guess what plan they want to do now with this thing is they want to divert, or they want to run piping from the Mississippi all the way across the country
to the west
to fill up Lake Mead.
Not going to happen.
I'm like, that's an engineering marvel of if they could even do it.
Before that, they wanted to steal it from the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes is what they wanted to do.
I'd be like, that'd be an engineering challenge that would probably be a couple of years in the making.
You think?
Wow, it's fine. Just throw a couple $100 billion at it, you'll be fine.
We don't have the money. That's the part they haven't seen yet.
That's, whatever. They're talking to this old time cowboy, probably the oldest one still alive, like 95, and he says he's following politics and stuff, and he says based on everything that he's seen and everything the way that everything is going, he says he's actually surprised we're not in a civil war right now.
Well, yeah.
And he says compared to every other year that all the time he's lived in this country, and all the stuff he's seen and stuff.
Yeah.
He says the most prosperous years, he said, in the U.S. was 1939.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the war started after that. And he said then, he said he didn't really see it. They really didn't have a real prosperous year again until about 56 to 59.
Cold War.
And then he says when 1960 happened, everything kind of went downhill.
Yep, yeah, no.
He says it wasn't too bad in the early 80s.
Yep.
He said it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. And he says anything after 1988, everything's just kind of gone downhill.
But it's radically gone down the last year and a half. Or 2 or 3 years.
They asked him which president that he actually liked. He says Eisenhower.
Yep.
He said that was the only president that ever actually did anything.
Well, Kennedy was okay too.
Well, apparently in his opinion, that was the only president that did anything.
Yeah, man, I'm not arguing. He got a lot of stuff going. But he had a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Not like some moron that doesn't know anything that's in there.
Yeah.
Eisenhower had been in charge of all kinds of stuff all over the place. Multiple wars, multiple this, multiple that. You know, when you had to explain something to Eisenhower, you didn't have to explain it to him. He already knew because he already done it. You know, he said, "Well, yeah, okay, do it." Yeah, for my life, I think that was one of the better times. And Kennedy's presidency was good. It would have gotten better, I believe. But he was a conservative Democrat that believed in business and believed in balancing the budget and believed in, didn't believe in rubber money and all kinds of, he was a good president as well. Unfortunately, he got a little bit tricked by stuff that was going on. But he learned quick. He was sharp and smart. Had it not been him, we probably would have been in a nuclear war. He very smart. Well, the thing about it was Khrushchev and him had both been in World War II, doing whatever they were doing. And in leadership in the Soviet Union, all of them up to a certain point had been in World War II and spent through Stalingrad. So there was a limit they wouldn't cross. The idiots now, no, not necessarily. Did I hear right? They were building one in Bismarck?
No idea. Wouldn't surprise me though. It's amazing how much money is going into that place. I hope they really do something good with it.
There's a lot of money.
The amount of money they're pouring into that building.
Oh, a lot.
Which is really surprising, actually.
Yes, well, I hope it works.
Yeah. Because they were talking how much they were given for the ham club to get, and I was like, geez, they're giving us a lot of stuff.
It didn't go to us. They bought.
Well, I know a lot of stuff went into the other stuff, but I mean, the amount of money though that they're going to give us,
radios and cable,
stuff, and the space, and then how much they were talking, how much the project numbers were, and I was like, geez, it's like talking millions of dollars here.
Easily.
Yeah, we're not even talking about us even.
That's just part of the game.
We're just a small chunk change in that mix.
Yes. But we saved them over $3,000 by pulling the cables, so
yeah.
Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're talking big money.
Mm-hmm.
Right along. Nobody else on the rims. It's that time of year.
I wish we took more of these side streets we don't normally take.
Well, we try to sometimes. Never know what you're gonna see.
Yep.
kids. Feel the humidity though.
Oh, you can see it. Yeah. I think dew points were 67 earlier.
Yeah.
We didn't really get much of the rain out of whatever we got this morning.
Well, there was quite a bit.
They formed around Minot, and then they just went to these.
There was quite a bit on the ground when we got out. Everything was really wet.
Yeah.
So.
Didn't remember what my weather station said.
I didn't look.
I know there was some lightning and thunder, but I didn't.
Yeah, apparently that's when I decided to take a nap at that point.
I didn't get a lot of sleep last night either. Let's see, we got 1100 of an inch.
Okay, that's something.
More than I thought we'd get.
Yeah, something.
Pressure's going up.
Yeah.
Dew point 69 right now.
Yeah.
It's only 76, so the humidity is like 80%.
Yeah. Starts getting old pretty quick.
I don't know if we get any more storms tonight or not. Looks like everything's like Devil's Lake and going east. Rainways.
Wow, they redid this road too.
Yeah.
Central's going to become another middle school, they said.
Really?
Yeah, that's the new theory.
I don't understand
They're going to make Jim Hill. What's the one on North Hill now? Ramstead and then Central will all be middle schools. And then
Where the guy's taking to put the
high
9th
school.
and 10th graders in.
They're going to 9th through 12th at Magic City and the new high school.
Oh my God, that's going to be a nightmare.
They're building extra onto the new high school.
I bet they are.
Old high school now.
Oh, that'll be a nightmare.
Yeah, I think it will be interesting.
Well, that's one way to keep all those kids in one place is us.
Mm-hmm.
They just better have enough classroom space for them all because just 2 grades we had enough to fill the school. Before, of course, they added all these extra add-ons to it. But yeah, that's gonna be. I wonder why they were expanding the locker bays in one of the photos for the junior bays. Might explain why there was a picture of them putting brand new lockers in, but they're gonna have to stack them. Oh yeah, that would explain why there's a lot more lockers in there now. I wondered why that was. I thought they were just upgrading them. Oh, that's gonna be a nightmare. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be that's gonna be really hard. There's going to be a lot of kids in one school. It's probably going to have 1,000 kids in the school.
Could be.
Or more. Probably be more, actually, because our graduating class, we had 900 kids. Just for our senior year.
We had 900 that graduated. About 300 or 400.
Probably about another 600 or 700 was the junior class. And then the freshman and sophomore class would probably be 1,000 each of those classes. That's 4,000 kids in one school. That's a lot of people.
Yep.
That's a lot of problems too.
Yep.
That's yeah. That's a lot of classes.
Oh,
I mean, even if somehow, they need to upgrade that stuff for a long time, but even if they upgrade all that, the lunchroom is not rated to handle that much people.
Well, whatever they got to do.
And it was busy in the lunchroom when I was there for the 2.5 classes that they had, and then everybody else always sitting out there just because they had an off hour or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be packed city.
That's why they're having a second high school, I guess. It's gonna take them a while.
It's not a second high school though. It's all one people in high school.
No, North Minot's gonna be a different high school.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Minot North. Is that what they're calling it? I think so.
Yeah, maybe. That'll be an interesting thing.
Well, initially they're going to be short of some of the stuff, like they won't have the auto and all that stuff in there
yet. It's
yet.
all going to be Magic City.
Yep.
She's going to have to bust people down there.
Yep. Until they get it out there, and then.
I thought it was a mistake when they ripped that building out down by Central at the auto shop and the welding and the electronics.
It's a grass field now.
Yeah. That they don't do anything with. I always thought it was a mistake that they ripped that out. Even though it was probably a problem. I know it was a problem because they had to bus people there, and then they had to hike from there all the way up to Central every day, and that was a pain in the butt. I know, I hated it. But it sure took a load off
everything else.
Everything. But those were 2-hour-long classes, so you kind of got something out of it. Yeah, 2-hour block, you know. teacher wasn't there, and they had the substitute teacher there. Sometimes we went into the welding shop and practiced welding. So we did. That's not 2 weeks. So there, one teacher was gone, and the sub had no idea what he was doing. So we just basically went over to the welding class and did we did 2 weeks of welding.
Wish I'd have had.
Because we didn't do anything. Well, I can tell you right now, plasma torch cuts through a lot of things.
Everything.
Well, that one guy with the acetylene torch just about cut through the acetylene line. I was like, oh boy, though. I was like,
yeah.
Didn't know what he was doing, and he couldn't see.
Yeah. Well, that's.
And he was cutting through a piece of metal, and ended up cutting through the table.
Yeah.
And then why did they put the acetylene torch things below the damn table that you're cutting on? I don't understand that.
No, me neither.
Plasma torch, well, that cuts good. Don't want to put your hand down there.
No.
It'll slice right through your hand. Won't even know it.
Everything else. Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
I like metal shop where we banged on metal.
Oh yeah, in eighth grade, yeah, we cutting a piece of metal with a handsaw. And not realizing friction.
Gets rather warm.
Oh yeah. I think I was cutting through some screws, and I forgot about friction.
Not for long.
It didn't change color, so it didn't get that hot. But it was like I went to grab it and under the water now.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got to work with the.
Won't make that mistake ever again. Some people did though.
Worked with the forge and making stuff on that. That was fun.
There were some kids that burned themselves.
Yeah.
And then right back to cutting. Did it again. I'm like, you didn't learn, did you?
Not yet. Give me time.
A kid that got the secondary burn, he remembers. Then it was tongs. Anything that he was cutting with metal on it was tongs. I was like, why are you putting tongs on there? Oh, I ain't getting burned again.
Yeah.
Don't you see this big huge thing around my thumb? I burned myself. Second degree burn with thumb.
It's kind of like when the first time you don't think about grabbing a hot machine gun barrel. You're gonna leave part of your hand behind.
Or the time when you actually touched the 220 line.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose wires. Yeah. You know, it's funny though, 110 hurt more.
Yeah, well, you don't want to fool.
Should have had enough amps to kill me.
Yes, well.
But that's just like that time in physics class where they took they had the electrical wire and they had everybody hold it.
Yeah.
And everybody hold hands.
Yeah.
And the guy at the end is supposed to touch the metal and get a zap. It's supposed to zap through everybody. Well, it zapped everybody to me.
Yeah, you're too big a resistor.
Yeah, I didn't feel anything. Everybody else felt everything. Everybody on my right hand felt it up to me. I didn't feel it at all. Nobody felt it behind me. But the current was going through all of us.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't understand that. It's like, I'm not feeling nothing. Even when it was just me, even when the teachers like gave me the wire, gave me the power hooked on my hand, and they had me touch it, and I was like, nothing. There's nothing. It's dead. And he took it and he got one nasty shock. And I'm like, yeah, there's nothing here.
When you're a big
always had a joke about that. The teachers were like, well, you're a little slow, Jeff. We're just charging up your batteries. I'm like, we'll leave it on there for a while.